Good morning. It's Monday, October 30th, about 6 a.m. Central Time. Overnight, the precious metals are higher after Friday's technical breakout. You have December gold up $7 at 2005. December silver up 43 cents, 23.33. December copper up 4 at 3.69, and January platinum up 20 at 9.26. So last week here, we did have a lot of underinvestment, in my opinion, in the precious metals markets, although they have been continuously attracting new speculators in those markets, and we're seeing some ETF inflows. So last week, the non-commercials and non-reportables added 43,000 gold contracts and 2,749 silver contracts. So it's really this escalation in the Middle East. It continues to be a fluid situation, and we need to monitor if there's any kind of regional war expands. So if Iran directly comes involved, the U.S. has already been targeting different ports in different areas in Syria to try and stop any kind of Iranian assets building up over there. So also a couple other things we're watching. Power cuts in South Africa, I really believe, is what gave a boost to the platinum contract overnight. That Eskom announced that they would be throttling down some of the electricity, rolling some different blackouts and some power. They try and conserve some of the power by shutting things down, and that's what really put the boost on the platinum market overnight. So there's not a lot of things coming out here today. Wednesday and Friday are your key days. On Wednesday, we do have the Fed. We also have the Treasury buyback in the ADP. Friday's going to be your jobs report that comes out. So we're going to want to monitor those. So it's a employment heavy week. And it is also about a 1% chance that they expect the Federal Reserve to take any kind of action. They think that they'll pause right here. I think they might be completely done, so we'll see what happens. We haven't had that sustained rally in many of these commodities. They've really come back quite a bit. Like your grain markets have all pulled back. Your crude oil doesn't have the punch that it had before. You would think that crude oil prices would be a lot higher given the conflict in the Middle East. Now, looking at the technicals on the gold market, it is bullish. You're really going to want to look and see a breakout over Friday's high in order to get any kind of sustained continuation on this rally, because the chart pattern is a gap higher and it's starting to sell off on there. That type of chart pattern on a candlestick, it's going to be like a gravestone. So not a good thing here for the bulls, especially if you're buying that kind of breakout at the moment. You want to see a continuation. You want to see it go back on up there. So the resistance point, Friday's highs, your support, psychological 2,000. Below that's going to be the 200-day moving average, 1983. Below that will be 1950. That's another psychological number. And then 1933 will be your other one. Your trend reversal point's way down at 1912. So that's too much slack to give it, in my opinion. Looking at the silver market, it is neutral. Two levels to watch here. We would need to see a close over 23.40 in order for some momentum indicators and also some of these trend following systems for them to flip on the bullish side. Your major support levels here, I think, are closer to that. 23.21, that's the 50-day moving average. 23.90, that's your 200-day moving average as a resistance point. And then way below that, in order for it to flip to back to a bearish trend, you don't want to see this. If you are a bull, 22.12, if it breaks there, it's probably going to run back down and test those lows. Looking at the outside markets here, we're mixed. You got the S&P 500 up 26 points, 41.64. Big sell-off on Friday, so this is going to be a bit of short covering here and monitoring if there's any escalation overseas. The dollar index is down 7 ticks here, 106.31. Your 10-year treasury yields are up 4 at 4.88, and then crude oil down $1 at 84.55. So that's interesting as well. If you have any questions on futures option trading, give me a call, 312-858-7303. Remember, futures and option trading does involve risk loss. May not be suitable to all investors. Good luck and good trading.